This is from Biafra's Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their lives for us, those who died that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The deed no wrong for them, military shots at them. 67 to 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memory still lives in our mind till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes, those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipoja massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Tell them I can't tell. Remember when me tell you say I can't tell. Yeah, I remember that one that called us a Bruce Mero. But the way you go like a Papa Nuku. But them they will go hero. Me tell you what I look pandi, what pandi Samiro. Me tell you what I day. For me the front and the rest of man I tell you what I do. Me know that you come to tell them
heroes, I want to promise you something today. We must fight together, no retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra. May your soul rest in peace.
And I look up to the sky with tears in my eye. For other Biafrans and for freedom had to die. We will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in my heart, we'll never be apart. They fought for our freedom, they died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front, without food, without guns, for our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them, our heroes, we want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slain. Where will I be now if not then? They will remain indelible in my heart forever, 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 and ever, and ever, and ever.
We serve in your plantation, and the way you paid us back with your bloody starvation. We play in our history that the death of my people is a mystery. No going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bombed, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes, those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipoja massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Where will I be now? If not you, you died at Mali.
They were starved to death because of our freedom, and they paid the debt for our freedom. Flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in the heart, we bleeding inside, tears in the eyes, so I'm falling here.
This is for my fallen heroes. Keep them on the patient people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not retire,
They paid the ultimate price. They died for me, for the freedom of my unborn child.
the air. Never be afraid. March on, cause we are more than conquerors. Yeah, you know what it is. We must revenge, and we must stand to represent who we are.
akara m ihe mbe na-eme mbe si ma achọrọ ofu ukwu ehi ma nke ọzọ mụ achọrọ ehi niile ma ụkwụ ya ma aka ya ma isi ya ma olu ya anyị ga-adọbiri wee pụọ na nke onwe anyị tigata azụ etu anyị nọ tupu ndị ọcha wee bịa ebe a nwa aha obodo ebe a nwe ndị mmadụ n'ime tupu nwa bekee si ebe o si hapụ obodo ya ọ bịa ebe a ọkpọrọ onye nke ọkpọrọ okeke ọkpọrọ okafọ dakata anyị isi ọ sị n'ụbọchị nke taa na anya aha anyị wuzi Naijiria anyị na-aza aha na-enweghị omimi n'ime ya ihe ngwa gị gbasị biko kọwara m ihe Naijiria pụtara enwepụghị kọwara m ọmụa ga-aza aha osimiri ka osimiri ga-aza aha mụnwa n'ihi ihe anyị na-ekwuwu na ebe a rụgidere ụlọ a na ọ jọgburu onwe ya ọ dịghị mma Naijiria agaghị emekọtanwu ihe ọzọ ihe ọjọọ emego n'obodo a arụ emego egbugo ndị be anyị aka na-egbukwa anyị ndị Fulani wee chere na mabata be anyị ka na-egbukwa ndị be anyị ruo ụtụtụ echi a na-asị m na ọ ga-adị mma oge ọ na-ekwu ka nwee mmekọrịta bụ nke ndị nụkọ nke ndị ụmụnne ha egosighị anyị ọtụtụ mgbe ha kpọrọ anyị asị onye ajụrụ ajụ na-ajụ onwe ya ha jụrụ anyị aja ama njụ onwe anyị agbanyeghị na anyị nwe ngwa ahịa n'ugwu Awụsa agbanyeghị na anyị na-azụ ahịa ebe niile dị iche iche na-eme nke ọma kama onye gara ndụ kpakụ onye rie niile ọ Ndụbụisi ka anyị na-ekwu okwu ya ka echeghata azụ ebe a ruo obodo anyị ka o wee maa mma wee karịa obodo ndị ọcha na mma ọhịa anyị na-arịọ nwekwe na ugwu nwee nkwanye ugwu n'ime onwe anyị ọnwa anyị pụọ n'iro a na-etigbu anyị pụọ n'iro okwu okwu asị ọ bụ gịnị ma anyị ji wee ekwu okwu ọnwụ ihe ndị a ka anyị sị na anyị agaghị anabatakwa ya ọzọ.
Akụkọ a kọrọ anyị bụ na ọkụkọ na ewu agaghị nzukọ ụmụ anụmanụ a na-emezi mgbe ọbụla a chọrọ ịchụ aja ejiri ọkụkọ maọbụ nwụchụ aja mgbe ọbụla a chọrọ ime ka Naijiria dị n'otu enwe ha na-eto esi wee kpam akpụrụ ndị Igbo ọ pụtara na anyị bụ ọkụkọ maọbụ ka ọ pụtara na anyị agaghị nzukọ mere ya bụ ihe eji eme anyị bụ ndị Igbo ụdị na ọbara ndị Igbo ahụ kpafu n'obodo Naijiria agaghị
ọ bụ site na akpọmasị ihe na-eme anyị dị ka ihe mere ndị ji oge mgbe gara aga etu akụ ka mba niile dị iche iche ji kpọọ ụmụ Izrel asị a na-egbu ha afọ niile aka na-egbu ha o wee ruo oge ugbu anyị asị na ogbugbu a na-egbu anyị na ọ dịghị anyị mma ọ ka mma na onwe ihe kwegbuo anyị wu nwere onwe njem a nke anyị na-aga kama na na-esi etete n'ụtụtụ asị na onwe onye gburu ebe a onwe ha na-ekwu okwu odo na onye onye n'aka ụkọchukwu n'ugwu Awụsa ebepụ isi ọnwụghị ofu ugboro ọnwụghị ugboro abụọ ọnwụghị ugboro atọ ọnwụghị ugboro anọ ọ bụ ruo ole mgbe ka a ga-egbugide anyị wee rue anyị asị mba na anyị ga-aga ka anyị nwee ike wee nwere onwe anyị ọ ka mma na anyị nwụrụ ebe anyị na-azọ nwere onwe tụbụ na anyị nọ n'ụlọ etu a mmadụ bụ mabata n'ime ụlọ mbịa bupụ m isi a sị na-achọghị ụdị nka ọ wụghị anyị maka a ga-eji wee chụọ àjà ọzọ.
onye si na ya ga-ata anyị ahụhụ ma ọ bụ na anyị fere arụsị anyị wee na-efe arụsị mgbe were iwe gị na ọmụma gị wee bịa leta anyị ụmụ anyị wee na-anwụsị ụfọdụ nọ n'ụzọ ije ha anaghị agbata ụlọ ọzọ nne na nna wee na-ata ahụhụ wee na-ata ikikere eze nwaanyị konye ka ọ gaa ubi ga arụ ọrụ Fulani chiri ehi bata ebe ala gị n'iyi okwu ebepụ ya isi anyị bụ ka anyị kpọpụ onye nwe anyị n'ugwu Awụsa ahụ ejide anyị wee gbuo ihe ọ bụla anyị mara aka n'ime ha si maka ha gaa n'ihu elekwa ọdụ ụgbọ mmiri n'igwe ọcha bụ ememiri ọya nke dị na Kalaba otu aka ahụ anyị na-ala nsọ ebe Biafra bụ ndị kọstọm sokwenye anyị n'etiti anyị anọghị n'ime mmiri kama kọstọm juru ebe niile ha wee na-ata anyị ahụhụ anyị kwuo sịpụta anyị ka kpọchie anyị kwuo sịpụta anyị ka gbagbuo anyị onye nwe anyị na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe ọ bụ ụzọ dị anya ka isi wepụ ndị iro anyị n'anya wee karịa ndị nke gị akwa anyị bụ ụmụ Chineke akọba anyị ka anyị na-aza akọba anyị na-aza Ikechukwu akọba anyị na-aza amara Chineke akọba anyị na-aza Chisom akọba anyị na-aza Chizoba nna nke dị nsọ onye ime eluigwe dịka otu onye iro dị na nyebe ụmụ gị bịa ka iwe zọpụta anyị bịa ka iwe napụta anyị n'aka ọjọọ ihe bịa ka iwe lụọrọ anyị ọgụ bịa ka iwe dịtụ ozu ọgbọgọwa memilere Goliath Chineke nna nke igwe memilere Fero site otu a mee ka Fero ka ọ guzo n'ihu ụmụ ndị anyị ga-ebi ka o wee taa akwụkwọ ikiri ụtọ ọsọ ị ga na-edu anyị n'ụzọ niile nke ezi omume ọ bụla adịghị na anyị na-aga ndagwurugwu onyinye ọnwụ ọ bụ nwa bụ ekekere n'igwe n'ụwa nwunye ọbụla kere gị n'oge mmalite n'oge ọgwụgwụ kama anyị onwe anyị gwa anọkwa ahụ ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ n'ezie kama ma akọ na okwu gị na-anọgide ego mgbe ebighị ebi ọ bụ ya mere anyị ji were gị n'anya isi anyị wee na-asị nna nke dị nsọ bịa ka iwe gosi anyị Biafra na ndụ na-abụghị n'ọnwụ bịa ka iwe mee ka ebe gị na amara gị wee kpuchiri anyị ka uwe bịa ka iwe zọpụta ndị nke gị bịa ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ka anyị na-ewetụta na nsọpụrụ na ịja mma site n'aha gị onye bụ Chukwu abịa ma
I always start by saying by the ruling coalition that some regions will have the included and some regions must take over as many jobs as possible. And then all the developmental directions, they are simply seen by the leading party. Once you think that, and Nigeria became an environment in which the struggle for sharing was more important than the production of value.
I asked the Vice President of Nigeria a fundamental question. There are two questions asked. One, why did you erase the bite of Biafra from the map of Nigeria? And he said that at the Supreme Military Council meeting, they felt Biafra would rise again.
Predominantly Christian tribe in southern Nigeria declared the creation of their own republic, Biafra. 2 years later, and at the cost of 1 million lives, the rebellion was over. But for some, the dream of separation has never died.
They must understand that we just don't love our country. We are fanatical about Biafra. We will do everything humanly possible to ensure that Biafra comes. It is either the flag of Biafra is raised up or and in whom every glory and honor belongs to. That's what we worship Him, and nothing else, and no other. We worship the one true living God. That is who we worship. That is why we are created. We are not like any other people. We have been chosen by Chukwu Abiyama to serve Him. We have been chosen by the Creator of the heavens and the earth that we may serve Him. That is why in our names it contains every praise imaginable. Every praise imaginable to the Most High is contained within our names because we are very special people. We are here to reaffirm and reiterate that. We are here to ensure that this very march towards our freedom cannot be hindered. Any obstacle on our way, real or imagined, man or woman, adult or child, anything it is, once you are an impediment in the restoration of the sovereignty of Biafra, you will be
the number of people in Enugu that day on a trip is that.
What would have happened if he didn't declare Biafra?
Oh, they will have been removed.
By who?
By the people. It was that bad. Because the people so believe in our God. Because remember, the problem did not cause the war. Yes, you saw the killings was one. 50,000 people killed in one day, in one meeting, September 29. But we said, okay, this had been brewing for a long time. Now they find their food, no problem. Now let's sit down and try to manage our own small corner and define how we relate with other regions. That was our brewing. So, what do we say of federation? What is it? What is our stories? Like I told you, go one did that thing. The Bible to get these people a little bit out of the so-called Fulani domination. He saw a path and he took it. And that's why we're happy. These are the food. was there when this was discussed. Oh, you went to the press first and you spoke further. You couldn't even trust them to take charge of his own son. You live with a woman in Northern Barra, you go to a place. She got pregnant, had a child, and you're taking the child for 40 years. Who does that? So, he's a liar. The same can happen after the war. We discussed with them, so we got notice disrespected about the grave fees and those all of that. We got that and we got something else. You can't trust that man. That was the whole thing. So let's let him play with it. But who has no problem? But in this particular issue, Ojuku was the last Biafran. He was the last Biafran. He never believed that God would send soldiers. He was too costly.
You know, I give the topic. Yeah. Why criminals, just like the criminal in Finland, positioning the coordinators and all that, you fight and you are blocking everybody from. Like for example, now they have blocked everybody that they should not post my videos. So how could the people who are blindly following criminals in IPOB will listen to this broadcast now and think will connect something and be shouting long time ago? How can they now watch my video to liberate themselves? But one day, they will get tired of being segregated. Segregation. I want you to listen. Don't tell my life. Next day, I'm everywhere. And when I'm about to even tell you, for this to do, not tell that nonsense. What about the manufacturing? How can you about to do the manufacturing? Engineer, why don't you? Let me get that again. You see, Tina Samu is telling and threatening our gallant men that you will feel no so soon against a web. Now we are asking Tina Samu, who are these people? Who also against a web apart from the ESM? Now you are getting the point. Tina Samoru is threatening his own people who put their life on the line. Say, can we know Tina Samoru? Who are these people who doesn't make this? You can now be the judge. Some people already commented in the Bible. Some people already commented in the Bible. Some people are saying PSS. Of course. Do you need the judge? That is why I have said that any day he threatens somebody in the ESM, they have always get killed by the GSS. So now Tina Samoru is threatening our gallant men. You know, that Japan was also against him. Oh, man doesn't against him. Direct threat. And you remember the threat. If you did not withdraw this thing you say, you will regret it. That is how this guy have destroyed IPOB. Of course, he can't destroy it. Because everything happening now is divine. Everything happening now. You know, they are not happy. Only God knows what has possessed them. Only God knows. When you hear them, they say, oh, thank God, they did not give Simon Ekpa Radio Biafra. Is this how he can? Who knows what would have happened? Who knows whether if we have been talking on Radio Biafra and if they have followed the directive of what the family will be intact, and who knows what would have happened because we were moving out. We were ready to move out. But because of we meditated sell out of our leader, betrayal of our leader. They have planned everything, waiting for our leader to think that it is Simon Ekpa. So like our warrior now, thinking that it is me. Today you have seen where it is leading them. Today you see where somebody say no government. Some people are mentioning no government. No government cannot stand our name. No government cannot stand our men. Our men are gallant. So you see, I want you to listen to it. Stop about that nonsense. I give it up on Kasaworo is telling them that they have now, that Biafra have bad men because of this ESN. Are you hearing it? Oh my God. Did you just hear what he said? He said that because of ESN, they have bad men. Direct fight against Nnamdi Kanu structure. Direct sabotage. They say that Nnamdi Kanu structure gave the bad men. I want you to listen to it. I didn't say it. Listen.
Stop about that nonsense. That is given out on Sunday night already. Because some this PSA.
And let so I can not say I am it.
Stop about that nonsense. That is given out on Sunday night already. Because of this PSA.
Did you hear that? I given out already because of this PSA. They are fighting the structure of Masina. Now you see why the council sit at home is a part of the legacy. Now you see why they have come to change the Remembrance Day, the Heroes Day. Now you see why I have been shouting. These people are fighting the structure. These people are fighting the legacy of Masina Bikano, the era of the illiterate who can everything. We are fighting for this IPOB. We are fighting for IPOB. We want to protect our structure. We want to protect this structure. We want to protect it. We want to protect it. The only person that will do something in IPOB is Masina Bikano. Look at him, he's absent everywhere, Massa. Everywhere with these criminals call themselves idiots. The only thing they're after is money. Nenayanya is a charge. Nenayanya is a charge. Money is going to Nenayanya. Everybody is in Nenayanya. And why our leader is languishing in VSS Coast? Every day they come to Radio Biafra, they have nothing to offer. They cannot tell Biafrans, this is what we are doing for our leader, this is what we are expecting.
So we knew that if we went at forest and flushed them out, would degrade their capacity.
No, the greatest challenge that you face, though, is the Fulani herdsmen today, which is being reported in just about every other media, that they are the ones perpetrating this crime.
Which
are they the ones?
Which crime?
Killing of people.
No. Look, let me explain the three problems, and then you will get it in context. The cattle rustling and banditry is an essentially Fulani phenomenon. Okay? These Fulanis, and we knew where they were, and we collaborated with the state governments surrounding that the notorious forest range, Kamuku Kuyambana Forest Reserve, and said, look, this is a problem that we have to solve jointly. We collaborated with the cooperation of other state governments. We put together money and a military operation, flushed them out. Okay? And today we have over 300 young Fulanis between 18 and 30 in custody for kidnapping, for cattle rustling, and robbery. Okay? So that we understood it was easy because that's one.
So let me follow that one up. When you understood the problem and flushed them out, did you subsequently find out that perhaps in that process while they were flushed out, did they get involved in the other crisis which you're battling today?
Maybe they did, okay? I will come to that because we have this problem has multiple dimensions, and I'll try to cover everything as much as I can. But I'm trying to classify the problems and tell you what we did. Okay, so to a large extent, we degraded cattle rustling. They moved on to kidnapping. Okay, we have addressed that to a large extent. It's more or less sorted in Kaduna. Unfortunately, because of weak law enforcement, there are copycat crimes all over the states now. I'm learning to my dismay that even in Lagos now you have cases of kidnapping. But this is what we did. Now, the second problem of the urban gangs we addressed because the police and the SSS knew who these gangs were, It was just the capacity to bring them to justice that was lacking, and that was done. So to a large extent, we solved that. Yeah, it still breaks out once in a while because drug addiction is a big problem, but that was sorted. The southern Kaduna was more difficult because we didn't understand it, and this is where we needed a high-profile committee like the Agwai committee to look at it, and they did. We established the committee in July. By the end of August, they submitted us their report. They went around southern Kaduna, they talked to community, they talked to everybody, and they came back with certain findings and recommendations, and the findings were very enlightening, even to me, who is Fulani. Okay, I'm 87.5% Fulani, I'm told by my parents. They found that there were three groups of Fulanis. The settled Fulanis, like me, that don't hard cattle, they're settled in one place, don't move around up and down. The semi-settled that live in Nigeria, they are Nigerians, but move their cattle up and down in search of pasture. And then there's the transhumans pastoralists that come from other African countries. Fulanis are in about 14 countries. All over West Africa, there is virtually no country in West Africa that is no Fulani.
In any situation, have you gotten reports, intelligence reports, that perhaps the farmers also took the cows of the herdsmen?
No, we have no such reports. But what often happens that when damage to a farm occurs, in those days, the Fulani would leave behind a small calf as compensation. So, what I'm trying to say that in the past, there used to be a framework to settle these things. But that framework has more or less collapsed. So, when we understood this, so our committee identified this and said, and they also found that some of what we're seeing in southern Kaduna were reprisal killings for what happened in 2011. Because in 2011, as the herdsmen were moving their cattle back to their countries or to their locations in various parts of northern Nigeria, the post-election violence took place in April. And many of them were trapped. They just happened to be there. And they were killed. Cattle, their livestock lost, and so on. And so some of them were coming back to do the price killings. Most of the Fulanis within Nigeria filed claims, okay, because there was the Lemu Commission of Inquiry that looked at this problem and made recommendation that federal government should pay compensation to those that lost cattle.
Where did this happen? Where were they trapped?
They were trapped mostly around Zonkwa in Zonkwa Katab local government, Kaura, and Jemaah.
All in southern Kaduna.
These are in southern Kaduna. And this happened to be also the areas where we have these problems today. Okay? Now, there are 8 local governments in southern Kaduna. Only 3 or 4 have this problem. Okay? And this is where mostly the killings in 2011 took place. Now, after the Lemu Commission made recommendations, and the Judicial Commission of Inquiry set up by Kaduna State also made similar findings, compensation was offered to those that were killed, displaced, and so on. And some of the federal government provided the money, and compensation was paid. But of course, those that are in Guinea, in Mali, in Niger cannot claim any compensation. They didn't even appear before the commission. These are the people coming back.
Okay, we'll
carry out repressive killings.
We'll come back and take a look at it from that perspective and find out what you also did to solve this problem. Thank you, join us again. Welcome back to Sunrise Elite, continuing our conversation with the governor of Kaduna State, His Excellency Nasser El-Rufai. He's here with us in the studio. You have said that you did identify how kinds of Fulani that exist, how some of them move from different countries into Nigeria to cause some of these problems. Now, on the 3rd of December 2016, it was widely published that you had a meeting with a select group of journalists, and you did brief them that your government has traced some violence, agreed Fulani into their countries, and paid them to stop killings of Southern Kaduna natives and the destruction of their community, saying that the renewed violence is carried out by the bandits. Could you explain this?
Well, look, that was reported not only incorrectly but out of context. What we did was this. The Agwai Committee recommended that we should reach out to these transhumance pastoralists because they have established that most of the attacks in southern Kaduna are traceable to them because they were outside the process of the Lemu Commission and the Kaduna State Commission of Inquiry. They did not receive any compensation. They didn't even appear before the commission because they are foreigners. And one of the members of the Agwai Committee fortuitously was part of a team that the late governor of Kaduna State, Patrick Yakowa, was sending to reach out to these people. Apparently, Yakowa also stumbled onto this information and realized that he had to reach out to these transhumance pastoralists from other countries. And that process was going on. If you look at Yakowa's tenure, in 2011 there were attacks. But he started this outreach. And throughout 2012, until he died, there were no attacks as such. Okay? So one of the members of the committee mentioned this, and it was in the Agwai recommendation to reach out to these people through NGOs, civil society organizations, and so on. So we reassembled the team and said, go out and talk to them. Tell them that this has to stop. Tell them that we are willing to offer compensation for lost lives, for lost livestock, but it is senseless to keep killing people because you feel that, you've been offended.
So did they respond to you?
Pardon?
Did they respond to you personally?
They did. We sent a team and they went round, and by the time they made 3 or 4 such groups, the killing stopped. So between August,
what witness was it? Second or third?
Yes. Please tell the Honorable Commission where you were between the 14th and 16th of January 1966. Whether you are in Lagos, in Enugu, or in Kaduna.
My Lord, I have made a exhaustive statement on this issue.
This is cross-examination. You can't make a statement. You don't know what the question they will ask you. Answer your questions. That's one by one.
All right. I was at Kaduna.
And you are a party to the preparation and execution of the attempted coup of January 15, 1966.
I was a party to the failed coup of January 1966.
Yes. Your final plan towards the coup was discussed and agreed upon during your exercise at Kachia.
There is no truth on that at all.
Okay.
I did not go to Kachia for any exercise to start with.
Very good.
I attended a battle group course at Abeokuta.
No, you have answered the question. In Kaduna, the operation or the attempted coup was led by Major Chukuma Nzebu.
Correct.
Yes. After the Premier of Northern Nigeria, late Sir Ahmad Bello, was murdered along with his wife, and the governor of Northern Nigeria was arrested, Chukuma made a broadcast suspending the government of Northern Nigeria.
That is correct.
He also suspended the legislature of Northern Nigeria.
That is absolutely correct.
In Ibadan, one Captain Unwobusi led the operation where the Premier Chiba Kitola was killed.
That is correct.
But the government of Western Nigeria was not suspended. If you know, if you don't know, say you don't know.
It is not a question of not knowing or knowing. I know it was not
Suspended,
because of.
No, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Now, at the federal level, the president, Dr. Nnamdi Kanu, was out of the country. The Prime Minister, late Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, and the Honorable Minister of Finance were murdered, were killed, and the federal government was not suspended.
At the federal level?
Yes.
Ironsi aborted the coup. So, and Ironsi took over, isn't it?
He aborted the coup.
He aborted the coup of January 66.
Yes, at the time those who organized the coup suspended the government of Northern Nigeria. The federal government was not suspended.
The coup took place on the 14th, 15th night.
Yes.
By the following day, Zongo made a broadcast.
When did?
By the following day, Ironsi had appointed the coup in Lagos.
Are you aware of the fact that Major General Ironsi announced that the power was handed over to him by the remaining members of the Council of Ministers? Through Dr. Orizu, are you aware?
My lord, Ironsi was not part of us.
I didn't say he was part of.
Ironsi was a reactionary.
Listen to the. It is also the business of this commission. It is our business. If you know, please answer. You know. Were you aware that Ironsi announced that the remaining members of the Council of Ministers, through Dr. Orizu,
I had it over the radio.
Very good, handed over power to him to restore.
I had it over the radio.
Thank you very much. It was because Major General Ironsi aborted the coup and declared the organizers of that coup as mutineers. That was why you people were arrested.
And detained, yes.
Yes. You were detained, but you were never tried.
You are absolutely correct.
Yes. Now, it is also correct that 4 senior commissioned and competent military officers in Lagos, Brigadier Malari, Colonel Kur Mohammed, Lieutenant Colonel Pam, and Lieutenant Colonel Germa, were killed during that coup.
You are very correct. But let me add.
No, I don't want you
I must add.
I don't want you to add, please.
But I must add.
You're answering my question.
My lord, this is an occasion for providing information.
You had your time. You had your time. This is my time, please.
I must add to clarify what you are saying.
My lord, let him answer my question.
I must give you information. You talked about our Lord.
Hold it, please. Keep it cool. I thought we were on a fine facting crusade.
Exactly. I must add.
So can you prevent him adding to the fact that we help us? But if it's a catechism, yes and no.
Yes,
it's a straightforward question. I don't know what he wants to add, my lord.
Well, under the rules of examination and cross-examination, you allowed a witness answer your question.
And he answered my question.
The way I have not finished. I must add that we were not tried. But even when the one took over after the overthrow, you don't see, he did not try us.
If that is all
he did not try us.
If that is all
our leader, he answered questions. Listen, he has asked another question.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what you're answering. Listen to his questions.
Now, you answered questions earlier that there was a coup in Kaduna where the political leaders were killed. There was a coup in Lagos where the Prime Minister and Minister of Finance were killed, and there was a coup in Ibadan. There was no coup in Enugu, no attempted coup in Enugu.
There was.
Listen now. There was no takeover of government or murder or assassination of anybody in Enugu and Midwest.
And this I explained in my book, Nigeria's 5 Majors.
Thank you very much. Now, you did not make any attempt to arrest Iransi.
An attempt was made. In fact, I'm told that it was, if I may say this right now, that it was Colonel Pam who phoned him and alerted him and he fled.
You did not make any attempt to arrest Ojukwu in Kanu.
An attempt, you haven't read my book. You should have read my book.
I'm not interested in your book. I want to know.
An attempt was made to arrest him. An attempt was made to call people in Kanu. And you don't see Iran. I'm sorry. I'm awfully sorry about talking about Iran. Ojukwu arrested our man. And it's in my book. And you know it. You have a copy of it there.
In Kaduna, you also killed Brigadier Ademalokun and Colonel Shodeni, who were the only 2 senior Yoruba officers there.
Brigadier Ademalokun. That's no doubt.
What of Colonel Shodeni?
Shodeni was killed. It's all in my book. I mean, you should read it.
Thank you very much. I want to hear what you will say on oath here, not in your book.
All right.
Okay.
Please, my lord. There is evidence already before this commission about the coup. As my learned friend has been going on about who and who were killed. Exhibit 8 is a book written by him where in 1981, where he listed all these things he's asking him now. The issue here, if there are any untrue statements in the book, which is in evidence, he wants to clarify as affecting the ACF. Let him put it to him, but to continue to rehearse the evidence given before, I think.
Well, I don't want to appear as asking too many questions. But in cross-examination and examination in chief and re-examination, there's a system called notorious facts. Is that correct?
My lord, it depends.
Many books have been written. All these things are there.
My lord, he
read all of them.
He is the only surviving person who participated in the coup.
Absolutely wrong. Was he in Kaduna? All right, ask. If there's something like notorious fact, you can address us on them. But if they're notorious.
My lord, he is wrong. I'm not the only one surviving.
Nobody asked me a question yet.
You're one of the survivors.
Go on.
Now, when you are, from the records, we saw that when you are being cross-examined by the council to the commission in Enugu, you said it was the North that waged war on Biafra.
The North, in fact, the first division from the North descended on Biafra from Nsukka.
Is that the first division of Northern Nigerian Army?
Of course, it is not first division of Northern Nigerian Army, but it was commanded by the Northern troops, the Northern officers and men.
And that's your basis of saying it was the North that waged war on Biafra?
I said actually it was Nigeria that waged war, not Biafra waging war on Nigeria.
So you said the North in your evidence.
It must be lipsus linguae.
Thank you very much. Now, you said it was in your book and in your evidence that the coup at 1966 January was long overdue.
That was what I felt. That was my opinion.
Do you still feel that a military coup is the best solution to political problems of countries such as Nigeria? Now, as you are there now on board.
The situation in 1966 cannot by any means be equated to the situation now in Nigeria.
Now, do you agree? Now, what I'm saying is, maybe you don't understand my question.
I do understand your question. In 1966, how I felt then might not necessarily be how I feel now.
Okay. Do you still believe that military as an alternative to political government or to democratic government is the best solution?
Right now that I am an old man, I feel otherwise.
Okay. And you know that that first attempt we made was the beginning of the military encouraging into democratic ruling.
Very right. It is not the handover or button changing that will keep happening after that.
Okay. Now the Ohanese petition and your evidence said there was to be a planned jihad on January 17th. It came from your evidence.
I said it's in my book, which was published in 1981.
Listen to my question, please.
Yes, I said so.
Now, immediately after talking about the jihad, they said the coupists.
There's nothing called.
Listen now, those who planned the coup.
The coup plotters.
Yes, the coup plotters, it doesn't matter. The coup plotters were to install Chief Awolowo as the president.
That's what they planned to do.
Which of them? Those who planned the jihad or your own? Those who planned.
You talk about planning the jihad. Those of us concerned with the coup of January 66 did not plan any jihad.
Yes.
In fact, they carried the coup, they moved fast to preempt jihad. That's what I said.
Listen,
no. It's somewhere recorded.
No, it's no question of where recorded. You see, you planned a coup. The Ohanese petition alleged that that coup was to prevent a jihad on the 17th.
Beautiful.
The following sentence in their petition says, those coup plotters wanted to install Chief Awolowo as the president of Nigeria. Something is amiss somewhere. Is it your group that wanted to install Chief Awolowo or the jihadists? That's what I want you to clear to the commission.
The book I tendered here is very specific on it. Awolowo was to come and be the head of government.
That's your arrangement?
Our own, yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you said elsewhere that failure to execute successfully the coup in Enugu was what led to the civil war.
Again, you haven't read my book, or you didn't even hear what I said.
Listen, I read your evidence before the commission in Enugu. Certified true copy book.
That's not what I said. Let me tell you exactly what I said.
What did you say?
You did a coup in July 1966. There were two coups in Nigeria.
And there was a coup. I didn't
Just a minute. Let me tell you what I said.
Okay.
I said that the failure of the second coup, that is the July coup, failure of the July coup to succeed at Enugu was the one that caused the civil war. It is not the first coup.
I didn't say the first coup. I said July.
I didn't take that in July coup. You did.
Listen, you said failure of the coup in Enugu was what led to the civil war.
The failure of the July coup to succeed at Enugu was the one that led to the civil war.
How? If you can
Beautiful. Let me explain. Because the coup failed, Ojukwu, who was the governor of Eastern region at that time, was neither killed nor arrested. Ojukwu started actually contesting the legality of governments taking over power. And it is this contestation of the legality that brought about the sharp division between the East and Lagos. All right? And it is this that led to Aburi. It is this that led to the Civil War. In fact, it is the one that was responsible. And in fact, I place the blame on the doorstep of those who did the coup of July 1966. That's what I said.
So those who planned the coup of July 1966 and Colonel Ojukwu were responsible for the Civil War. Is that what you're saying?
You can put it after your fashion. What I know is that had they succeeded, you see, you were blaming January coup for not taking place at Enugu. And yet you didn't blame the July coup for not succeeding at Enugu.
The difference is that the January coup failed, the July coup did not fail.
Exactly. If January coup had failed, I wouldn't be sitting here answering questions. You would have made me Major General or something.
Now, do you believe that Igbos are being marginalized?
Of course, Igbos are being marginalized. Okay. Let me tell you something.
Wait, you have answered my question. Now, one of your witnesses said Igbos are everywhere in this country and doing everything. They're so friendly and they're involved in every trade and business in every nook and corner of this country.
Is that how you appreciate?
Answer the question.
Is that how you appraise marginalization?
answer the question.
Every individual, let me tell you what is wrong with this country.
Sorry, my lord.
Every individual
My lord, I want you to answer my
struggles on his own. Every individual. So Igbos being everywhere shows that Igbos are the best Nigerians. They are the best Nigerians. They are everywhere. They are true Nigerians.
You should have waited for my question.
No, but I must preempt even your question. You see, Igbos, if you are talking about marginalization, it isn't in terms of Igbos individually working as individuals.
In what context is the marginalization?
Exactly. For instance, the question of appointments, the question of things that belong to us in general, in fact, even the question of depriving Igbos of their rights. This is marginalization.
Now, you said in the Ohanese petition that Igbos are only one out of 400 ethnic groups in this country. You agree?
Could you please restrict yourself to the statements I made?
You are supposed to answer my questions. If you don't know, say you don't know.
Uche Chukwuemeka has answered that kind of question. I am dealing with general coup, and that Ohanese has partitioned everything. My compartment is January 266.
My friend, you are here as the witness to the commission, and it is my right to ask you questions, and you have an obligation to answer them. If you don't know how to answer, say you don't know.
The truth is that you said that I falsified history. I want to know where in my statement, it is in your letter. I want to know where in my statement
I said it is
falsified
in the record of Ohanese, and you are their witness. And you agree with me that Ohanese are complaining of marginalization.
Of course.
Now, do you agree with what Ohanese said?
I agree that Ohanese is right in saying that Igbos are marginalized.
And they are also right in saying that there are over 400 ethnic groups in Nigeria.
There are too many, even more than 400.
And you also agree with what they said, that the Igbos constitute about 16% of the population of this country.
I would have said actually 25%.
Okay. Now, do you have any statistics to show that the Igbos in appointments do not have up to 25% in the federal service? Do you have any statistics?
My lord,
you don't have, say you don't have.
Let me answer it. Don't rush me. How can you have statistics when we don't have true census figures in Nigeria?
I'm not talking about.
And you are talking about statistics. Let us have census figures first.
Because we don't have census figures, then we don't have statistics.
Then you are imagining
appointments in federal.
A lot of people are dreaming dreams in this country. Some people put the population of this Nigeria at 120 million. Some say 100. Some say 100. When are we going to have our figures? True figures.
Please answer my question. We're talking about appointments. You said you are being marginalized in appointments. Do you have any statistics to show that you do not have up to 25%?
Ohanese can supply that, and I believe that Ohanese has supplied that.
They have not supplied it.
Well, you go to Ohanese to supply it. Let me go on what I know.
Now, military regimes, just like the one you wanted to bring in, come on their own. And when they rule as military regimes.
Sometimes, not all the time.
Not all the time.
If you like, and name your military regimes that use civilians to get on with rulership or government.
Just like civilians use you in statistics. There's never any military regime in this country that rules without civilians. That rules without civilians.
Good. I'm happy you are confirming it. That's what I said.
And there was never any military regime in this country that ruled without representation from across this country.
We never ruled Nigeria.
No, I'm not.
We of January 66 never ruled Nigeria, so you are not in a position to know who should have been in the government even actually wanted to rule Nigeria.
Now, in 1966, 60% of the officers of the Nigerian army were Igbo.
60% of the officers
were Igbo.
That is, in fact, an estimate, yes.
Yes. And at that time, from your evidence and your book, one of the things worrying the Igbo officers was that there was the Nigerianization of the army, and some people were insisting on quota.
You know, I took advantage of Nigerianization of the army. So I could not condemn Nigerianization of the army.
No, I'm not saying you.
What we took exception from was the question of anybody in trousers becoming an officer. That's what we took exception from.
Okay. Now, when you left the army as a captain.
Yes, of course. Yes. I didn't leave the army. I was bundled into prison.
Okay, and then from there dismissed or retired.
Up till tomorrow, we were not tried, so I don't know whether it's dismissed or retired.
And all this is because you were involved in the January 6th.
Exactly.
General
And as I told you, even Gawan did not try us.
Yes.
Rather, he gave one of us, our leader, a military burial and gave him full military honors whilst he detained us. And you could kill Ironsi for not trying us. And you left that gentleman for not trying us either.
Or you were planning the coup. You knew that if the coup failed, your career in the army is finished.
Fantastic, you are right.
Then
I knew.
Yes. Then why were you complaining that some of your men were major generals?
You see, the trouble is that
they didn't plan a coup. They were good Nigerians. That's why they became major generals.
A lot of them became major generals because of coups.
Successful
and in fact,
coups.
they promoted themselves. You should have known that. Why are you laughing? You should have known that. They promoted themselves. That's why other countries laugh at us. Please go ahead.
Yes, I'll go ahead, Mr. Bullet. Mr. Bullet, now in your book, you tried to state the reasons why you people got organized this movement. All right. Now, thinking back now, you still regard those reasons as valid.
Very.
Listen for a military takeover instead of a democratic change of government. You understand the question?
The reasons were as valid then as they are valid today. The killings in the West and the killings in TV area prompted, in fact, an action from us. And there were other reasons. They're all enumerated in the book I attended.
Now, you use the word, the rank colonel now, because you are promoted in the Biafran army.
Beautiful.
And
I prefer it.
And Ojukwu also promoted himself.
Fair enough. I don't know. When he comes, you will ask him.
Now, from certain publications we read, credited you were not in very good terms with Ojukwu.
I am happy you said this.
Yes.
In other words, I have my own views on every issue. I am happy you said this.
Yes.
Because I fought the war on the Biafran side. I criticized Ojukwu for taking certain measures, and I'm happy to follow Biafra. I have my own views, just as I had my own views in Nigeria when I was an adult, and my views started with some views by other people.
Now, do you know that, like I said earlier, in every corner of this country there are Igbos living peacefully with other Nigerians?
Living peacefully?
Yes, with other Nigerians.
Well, there are Igbos, correct, but living peacefully, I don't know. Because they are being murdered at every turn. They are being slaughtered at every turn. Anytime there was any riot, they are slaughtered. And you should have known that too.
Are you speaking on facts or on what you read on the pages of newspapers?
Well, all I can tell you is that there's even a case here.
There are Igbos across northern Nigeria.
Probably Akaloka is living happily, isn't he? Probably.
Do you know what Akaluka did? You brought this. Do you know what Akaluka did? Do you know the facts?
Whatever he did.
Listen, do you know the facts?
Whatever he did, he should have been subjected to the rule of law.
Listen, do you know
the
the
rule
facts?
of law should have applied.
Do you know the facts about Akaluka?
You said that I listened to the radio and I read the papers.
Look,
I read the papers.
Oh, so
all I know is that he is not alive today. To even deny what he's been said to have done.
Do you know that as a result of Akaluka, 20 houses
were killed? That is what you said. We have not been told this. Have you sent any delegation to Igboland to explain the Akaluka issue? Have you sent any delegation to Igboland?
You're not supposed to ask me questions. You have to answer my
I'm
questions.
sorry. I'm awfully sorry, my lord. All I can tell you is that you are making the question with regard to Akaluka because he's not around. He's dead already.
Now, in your book, you warned Nzebu that because, listen now, that because of the number of Igbo officers organizing the January 66 coup, it could be misunderstood as an Igbo coup.
Number one.
Did you warn him, please?
I didn't warn Nzebu. There was no Nzebu. That's number one. Number two.
I'm not an Igbo man. I may not
know. You must try and pronounce the words properly. Number two, I didn't want Nzobu. If you read my book, I was discussing with Onwatu.
With whoever you're discussing, you want. You want.
Now let me explain that.
Listen to the question first.
I have the question. I leap ahead. Now,
no, listen, my friend, listen. I call you here to ask you questions.
All right.
And this is a court of law. This is not a military barrack, please. Now, what you said in the book is that people may understand that coup as an Igbo coup because over 90% of those planning the coup were Igbos. Is that correct?
That is not what I said.
What did you say?
What I said that people might take this to be an Igbo. But I didn't say 90% was not there.
Why did you say so?
There was no 90%.
Why did you say people might?
I asked Onwatu who are in this. He named certain people. Although he named Ademoyega too, I felt that the Nigerian public, being tribalistic, would deem this as an Igbo coup. I said so. But that is what is called value judgment.
Okay.
In other words, not taking into consideration the facts. Now, if you read that thing down, you would have seen where he said, oh, but we are releasing now all over. You know what I said? In other words, the Yorubas are using us. You failed to read that one. You read about the thing being an Igbo.
I'm interested in the issue raised by Ohaneze in your petition, that it was wrong for anybody to assume it was an Igbo.
It is wrong till tomorrow for anybody to assume that they would have committed what is called value judgment. A judgment not based on facts. That was what I meant.
When you killed all the northern and Yoruba political and military leaders and you didn't kill your own?
What about Colonel Unegbe? And by the way, let me also explain. Colonel Unegbe was killed in Lagos.
Why?
Not because he did not hand over any key. I'm happy that IBM Haruna, a soldier, is here. He knows that no quartermaster general holds a key to anything armoring.
Why was he killed?
He knows he was killed. It's in my book, which I tendered. He was killed because he was accused of making money from his job. In other words, he was a quartermaster general. He was making money from his job. So he was enriching himself. That was why he was killed.
So he was not.
So I want to correct this mistake.
So he was not a victim of that attempted coup.
He was killed.
No, listen. Brigadier Mamalari, Kur Muhammad and the rest were killed as part of the coup. This one was killed because he was making money. So he was not killed as part of the execution of that coup. Is that what you're saying?
I know there were various reasons why the coup took place.
Okay.
There were various, in fact, hydra-headed reasons why the coup took place. Some people in reasons, and they were killed. Some people were involved in the case in the West and the TV area, and they were killed. Some people did a lot of other unsavory things. By the way, they talk about killing, and I'm repeating what I said at Enugu. It was never decided that anybody should be killed.
Now, why was
people disagreed on what should happen? I don't know how many coups you've taken part in, but it is never decided this man must be killed, that person must be killed. But you depend on what you see on the ground.
So if there is opportunity to kill, you kill. What do you mean by you depend on what you see on the ground?
These are soldiers, you know. For instance, if you are fired at, you fire back. All right? It's as simple as that. And I gave an example of somebody who wasn't killed.
Do you know where Sadona was killed along with his wife?
Do you know it's in the book?
Simple.
Why must I?
I told you we need the evidence here.
But listen, the commission here has read my book. If they have not read my book,
Nigerians
they probably are reading it now.
Nigerians want to hear what you will say of the reason behind killing Sadona and his wife.
You talk about killing again. I was not the one who went to the house. Even though I must tell you this, I take full responsibility for the coup of January 66 because it was a collective responsibility.
Very good. Okay, are you aware of the reason from your coup plotters why Sadona was murdered with his wife?
If you don't know the reason by now, then I'm afraid you should go and find out.
My Lord,
it's all in my book.
My Lord, the witness should be told that he's supposed to answer.
You are whipping up emotions. I don't want to get involved in that.
It will make us progress. And then one council is asking, you have no right to retort.
All right, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Sorry, my lord.
Now you said there were all those reasons why they killed. Why was, if you know, Sadona killed along with his wife?
Zogu attacked Sadona's residence. Zogu, if you read the script, was attacked himself.
And that was why they had to kill him.
Zogu returned fire. Zogu, if he were alive but he's dead, would have told you exactly why he did what he did. What we wanted to do was to overthrow the government of Nigeria. To overthrow the government and stop madness.
And overthrowing the government means suspending the government of northern Nigeria, leaving the government of western Nigeria,
you see,
and then deliberately refusing to arrest Iransi.
Let me elucidate this matter. It is true that Akintola was killed in the west. And then Fani Kayode was arrested and taken to Lagos. That is the RV, rendezvous. Now, when the soldiers got to Lagos, they found that Euroseas troops had already seized Lagos.
Lesser heart to execute the coup.
I wrote that in my book.
Yes, why did you do that? If the intention was not to deliberately kill him.
It is the truth. If you did not wait for him to return, he might bring in troops from abroad, particularly from Saudi Arabia, or from any of the Islamic countries.
Why didn't you wait for Dr. Azikwe to come back?
I haven't even thought about Azikiwe because you see, he was so innocuous that, in fact, as far as we were concerned, he was not endangering anybody.
He was not because he's Igbo?
No, not at all.
Why?
There were others who were not Igbos, who were not endangering anyone. What about Awolowo? Was he killed?
Now listen, recently, you know Chief Ajoluchukwu?
I know Chief Ajuluchukwu is my brother.
Yes. He recently gave an interview, and he said Dr. Azikwe was aware of the coup, and that was why he left the country. Are you aware of that? Simple.
Say that again, please.
That Dr. Azikwe was aware of the planned coup, and that was why he ran out of the country.
If Ajuluchukwu said that,
it's not the issue. Whether you are aware,
that's
the question.
No. You don't put words into anybody's mouth. If Ajuluchukwu said that, he is entitled to his own views altogether.
I want
but I'll be surprised.
I want to hear your own view.
But I'll be surprised, if I'm shocked, if Ajuluchukwu ever said that. But all this, I said I would be shocked because you people are prone to, putting words into people's mouths. Now the thing is this. With regard to Zik knowing or not knowing, we were in Zik. If you recall that Zobo talked to Sakashim Ibrahim, he said these people like Zik, we were an opera and others we were looking for. If you recall, and it's written down in black and white in your own book.
That is not the question. The question is simple. Are you aware that Zik knew about the coup and that was why?
How would I know that Zik knew about the coup? I was at Kaduna. I was resident at Kaduna.
How did you know that they killed Tafa Balewa in Lagos?
Say again.
How did you know they killed Tafa and they could not arrest the
From the radio.
Why did you hear this from the radio? You were part and parcel of the coup plotters. You know all those who sponsored you, and you know those we dealt with.
My lord, no coup plotter. My lord, no coup plotter is ubiquitous. It's not everywhere.
You were aware that during the period you were planning the coup, there was Commonwealth Conference held in Lagos.
Of course, I know. And even when it came to a close.
And yet you killed Tafa Balewa, you killed Brigadier Maimalari.
He wasn't killed on the day of the Commonwealth Conference.
You waited for them to go first.
They were not killed on the day of the Commonwealth Conference. Let me put this to you, that Opara would have been killed if...
You have no right to put anything to me, please.
It will take another 4 years before you start putting it to him.
Yes.
You're going to go
My
to
lord, I should have read law. All right, let me expatiate.
I don't want to hear it. You are aware that Brigadier Maimalari was killed on his party's wedding day, the day he was organizing a party for his wedding.
I heard he was killed and I went.
Very good.
Because this is where I said everybody didn't agree about killing anybody. They had disagreements. So people were allowed to use their initiative. What you see on the ground is what matters. I went because he was my mentor. He was captain when I was an officer.
Now, were you told why Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa was killed, was murdered, and his body thrown in the bush?
I was even told that he wasn't killed. I don't know what about you're talking about killing.
Yes, Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, you are told.
I know that when some people went to Abeokuta to get armored vehicle and they couldn't, they came back and found Ironsi's troops all over the place and ran away. Those who had the prime minister and dumped him in a bush. How to dump him in a bush, I wasn't told.
No, as one of the coup plotters, did you hear the reason why he was killed?
If you read my book, you see it was zoned. I was in the north. I was at Kaduna.
Please answer my question. Did you hear why he was killed?
I wasn't told.
Was there any justification given for killing him or for murdering him?
Are you saying by hindsight or then?
By the coup plotters.
Well, you see, people were being killed everywhere, particularly in the West. And so, if I may sound charitable, well, not uncharitable, if he was party to other killings, then if he was killed, it's one of those things.
Now, since you are based in the north,
yes,
you must have heard that immediately after Sardana was killed, or maybe a few weeks after, there was this picture being circulated in markets and streets of Nzebu and Samad Bello, which some northerners regarded as very provocative.
I am happy you mentioned this.
Yes.
I was thrown into Kirikiri. Taken
when?
From in fact, about within the first week of the coup, I was thrown into Kirikiri with others. Now, I am given to understand much later that it was because Nelson Atta Publishing Drum did something in respect of publicizing Sir Ahmad Bello. All right? No sane person would like that.
Thank you very much.
But why is it that the same Nelson Orta, during the war, you took him to work for you? You didn't kill him, but you killed the women in the marketplace. Why did you do that?
My friend, listen. So I'm happy that you agreed that when Nelson Orta published it, people naturally overreacted.
Of course.
Thank you very much.
But
that's all for you.
Why did you not kill Nelson Orta?
That's all right from me. Thank you.
Why did you not kill Nelson Orta?
Yes, witness. If I call you Captain Ben William,
call me anything.
Let me wait a minute. Wait a minute. I will not allow a situation where it's a free-for-all fight. You listen to my question, I listen to your answer. Please restrict yourself so that we can make progress. If I call you Captain Ben William, will you answer?
If you call me anything, I will answer. You know why?
Just wait a minute.
Okay.
You have answered my question. I am not asking for the reasons. Now, probably cleverly, this book you wrote, a copy of which is before the commission as an exhibit. I'm also happy you came along with so many. I picked one outside, and I'm grateful for that. This is my personal copy. Now,
it's okay.
Yes, I bought it at 500 naira.
It's very cheap.
Witness, Exhibit 8 before the commission. Now, I tried as much as possible to read the entirety of this book, and I did not see any portion of it where you called yourself Colonel William.
Why should I?
Wait a minute, I'm not asking you a question. Wait a minute. Similarly, I wasn't at Enugu, but I have the cassette of the sittings in Enugu, and I have the certified true copy of the transcript. You never introduced yourself as Colonel William. You came into the witness box and said you are Ben William.
Beautiful. That's what I know.
But whenever questions are thrown to you as Colonel William, you will answer.
I will answer because you are the one committing the offense.
Now, witness. By these indices, listen to me. I have not asked you any question. I asked you only your name and you answered. So I'm not asking. Listen to the preamble before the question. So by these indices, you are agreeing that you are not colonel and that you did not deserve to be a colonel. How did you?
I deserve to be a general.
Let's go to that. When did you join the Nigerian Army?
I joined in 1960. 1960, March.
Yes. You are over 60 now, by age.
Of course, 62.
Yes. You were in Kaduna at the time of the coup. The 15 January 1966 coup, you said so. And that is not in dispute.
I said so already.
Now, you were only a captain at that time.
Substantive, yes.
Yes. And you will agree with me, even then and as well as nowadays, it takes an average of 3 years for one to get promoted from one rank to the other in the Nigerian Army. An average, some 2 years, some 4 years, an average, I'm talking of average. As a captain, probably for one to become the next rank after being a captain is to be a major.
Are you talking about now or then?
Even then.
Even then?
Yes.
Some people had accelerated.
Look, I have a retired general near me.
I am happy. Yeah.
Listen to me.
Yes.
Now, you were only a captain at that time.
Yes, and he was major.
Yes, I agree. Now, the next rank after being a captain was major. Thereafter, lieutenant colonel and colonel. Now, after the coup, you were arrested, detained, and unlawfully released.
Unlawfully released?
Yes.
I was released prior to the declaration of Biafra.
Yes, I agree, but that's what I'm saying. You were unlawfully
Nigeria.
Wait a minute, who released you?
Ojukwu released us.
Okay, Ojukwu released you.
Yes.
Equally an Igbo man.
Of course.
Okay.
He
Now wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now, you were again arrested and detained for about 5 years from I think 69 to 74. You were released in 74.
The war did not end 69.
Okay, you were arrested. Okay. You were kept
from 1970 to 74. October.
About 4 years. Now
5 years.
70 to 74.
70, 71.
Okay, including 70. About 5 years. Yes, about 5 years. Now, Benhule.
Sir. Let's go ahead.
Look, I would like to extract from you. You call yourself a colonel. A colonel, you call yourself a colonel.
I don't call myself a colonel. I'm addressed as a colonel. I was gazetted as a colonel. I was treated as a colonel.
So you are not.
In fact, I love to be called colonel, but I would prefer to be called general.
It appears. Listen to me, witness. Let's make progress. We're not here for jokes aside. Now, if you agree with me that you are not a colonel, then that narrows down the controversy between you and
the Nigerian army has never promoted me to the rank of colonel. Never.
Thank you for that. What about the Biafran army? Were you made a colonel?
Of course. I told you, I've said it before.
So you joined the Biafran army when?
I was released
you joined the Biafran
in 1967. I didn't join the Biafran army. I was from Nigeria. Once Ojukwu released us from Nigeria, we automatically belonged to the 4th Area Command of the Nigerian army. So when Biafra went, we went with Biafra.
Listen, can I get you well, please? Are you telling this Honorable Commission that the conferment of the rank of a colonel on you was honorary by the Biafran army? That you did not deserve what honorary? Is that what you are saying?
What do you mean by honorary?
In other words, you did not merit it. Was just given to you.
So honorary means not with merit.
No, listen to me. I am asking you. You are telling me
I was promoted to that rank by the Biafran authorities.
You joined the Biafran army at what rank? At what rank?
I joined the Biafran army as Captain Ben Willie.
And within a period of how many years?
This is what time, you know.
Within what period of years were you promoted to
the war lasted 30 months. 30 long months.
Within 30 months, you were promoted.
There were those who were promoted faster.
It's all right.
And I was a wounded soldier.
Now, Mr. Bule, the entire nation, and indeed most Nigerians, particularly the younger ones like ourselves, are happy to have you before this.
Thank you very much.
Yes, the entire nation. Yes.
You tell me there's something called field commission, isn't it? General. Something called field commission.
Yes, there is.
Exactly.
I didn't have.
I was in the army. You were not.
Maybe there's field promotion.
I did not have field commission.
But now he is saying he didn't have it.
You don't know what.
No.
This is from Biafra's Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their lives for us, those who died that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The deed no wrong, but them military shots at them. 67 to 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memory still lives in our mind till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Tell them I battered me, oh. Remember when me tell you say I battered me, oh. Yeah, I remember that one that called us a Bruce Mero. But the way you go like a Papa Nuku. But them they were bonito. Me tell you what I look pandi, what pandi Samiro. Me tell you what I day. For we get from the rest of man, I tell you what I do. Me know that you come to tell them
heroes, I want to promise you something today. We must fight together, no retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra. May your soul rest in peace.
I look up to the sky with tears in my eyes for other Biafrans and for freedom and to die. We will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in my heart, you'll never be apart.
They fought for our freedom. They died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front without food, without guns, for our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them, our heroes. We want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slain. Where will I be now if not then? They will remain indelible in my heart forever, 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 and ever, and ever, and ever.
We serve in your plantation, and the way you paid us back with your bloody starvation. We bled in our history that the death of my people is a mystery. No going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bombed, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Where will I be now? If not you, you died at Mali.
They were starved to death because of our freedom, and they paid the debt for our freedom. Flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in the heart, we bleeding inside, tears in the eyes, so I'm falling here.
This is for my fallen heroes. Keep them motivation, people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not retire,
They paid the ultimate price. They died for me, for the freedom of my unborn child. We live for the legacy.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright. Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Yeah, put the flag in the air. Never be afraid. March on, cause we are more than conquerors. Yeah.